variation of pressure with depth. Means let us take a element is inside the fluid. What about the pressure acts on the element? Means generally in the depth pressure is more than the surface. This is the general thing. Pressure in the depth is more than pressure on the surface. In fluid also the phenomena is the same, means yes. Now we want to prove that with one experiment. Now the topic is pressure varies with depth. Okay, this is one container. In the container you take a fluid, means water in rest. In this one you imagine one element, just like a cylindrical shape. Imagine one element like a cylindrical shape like this, okay, or like this. Inside the fluid imagine the element like this. On the top you take 0.1, at the bottom take 0.2. The height is h, okay. Now at this point pressure is more than the pressure compared to this point. This is the top, this is the bottom. At the bottom pressure is more than the pressure on the surface. Now we want to show that with one experimental way. Consider a fluid at rest in container. This is the container. In that one consider a fluid at rest. Take 0.1 is at height h above a 0.2 on the element, but I am not mentioned here element. Take on the element. Take a 0.1 is at height h above the point b, 0.2 on the element. The pressure at the point 1 and 2 are P1 and P2. Here pressure is P1, here pressure is P2. As the fluid at rest, the horizontal force should be 0. This is called horizontal force. What is horizontal force? Horizontal force should be 0. The resultant vertical force should be balance the weight of the element. Okay, the vertical force should be balance the weight of the element. Pressure at the top is how much? P1A. Why? Pressure at the top P1A acts downwards. Pressure at bottom P2A acting upwards. Okay, actually we want to say pressure force. What you want to take? Pressure force. What we can write? Pressure force we want to take. Pressure force. At the bottom P2A acting upwards. So P2A minus P1A, it is upwards, it is downwards. Opposite is values are positive, downwards is negative, which is equal to the weight of the element. Now A is common, P2 minus P1A, mg. What is the m? Mass of the element. The mass of the element is taken as rho into V. Why? Rho means density. Density is equal to mass per volume. So mass is equal to density into volume. Okay? Mass is taken as density into volume. But how we can write volume? Area into height. This is the height. This is the area. Okay? This is the area. So area, what happened? Cancel. P2 minus P1 is equal to rho GH. What is P2? Pressure at the bottom. What is P1? Pressure at the top of the element. Where the pressure is more? At the bottom than the top, which is equal to the which one? Height, otherwise depth. Here to here it is called height, but here to it is called depth. Okay? If the pressure difference depends on the vertical height. What is indicates this equation? The pressure difference depends on the vertical height. Now, if the element is taken at the surface of the fluid, okay, this element is taken on the surface of the element, means surface of the water. If this element is taken at the surface of the fluid or water, P1 becomes atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure? PA. And P2 becomes P. Then P1 becomes how much? PA. P1 becomes PA. P2 becomes P. P minus PA is equal to rho GH. You take PA in this side. P is equal to PA plus rho GH. What this indicates? This equation proves that pressure at the depth, means this is the depth. The pressure at the depth is more than atmospheric pressure is on the surface of the element. When the depth is increases, the pressure also increases. This is the proof. Okay? When the depth is increases, means from surface to the depth, we can say that is height. From the ground we can take height, but from surface to it is depth. Come from here to here depth, here to here depth, but here the pressure is more. From here to here again depth is increases, pressure is increases, and you go downwards. When we go to the down inside the fluid, pressure is gradually increases. Let us take any sea or ocean. On the surface of the ocean is more, or inside the water of the ocean is more, means the pressure inside the water of the ocean or a river or a sea, what happen is more. It means pressure inside the fluid is increases when the depth is increases or height is increases. When we go to the depth, means nothing but height is increases, the pressure is increases. Okay, this is one of the important question in this chapter for 4 marks. Okay, now when the object is sink in the water, at the bottom the pressure is more. That's why it pushes the object in vertically upwards. It is known by one force. That force is called buoyancy force. With the help of that buoyancy force, the ships can move inside the oceans or sea. Okay, that we will discuss in the fluid flows are defined in different ways. First one is steady, not changes. Steady flow. A fluid flows with a constant speed from one point to another point. A fluid flows with constant speed. Speed neither increase nor decrease. A fluid flows with constant speed from one point to another point, or from one place to another place, is called as the steady flow. In steady flow, velocity or speed never changes. Next, streamline flow. These all are the technical words we used in this chapter. That's why. Next one, streamline flow. The path taken by a fluid under steady flow is called streamline, and also called as streamline flow, and also called as also called as and called as streamline flow. The path taken by a fluid particle under steady flow. Steady flow means speed is not increases. At this point, 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 speed is same. Or at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point, speed is same. At this point, at this point, at this point, at this point, speed is same. That the path taken by a fluid particle under steady flow is called streamline and called as streamline flow also. Okay. Steady flow means streamline flow is achieved at low speeds, means very low speeds. Steady flow or streamline flow is achieved. Beyond this value, flow of a fluid is called critical flow or critical speed. If the speed is little bit increase, that is beyond the low speed, means outside of low speed, the flow of fluid is called critical flow or critical speed. Next, turbulent flow. If the streamlines are intersect, this streamline is not touched to this streamline also not touched to this streamline also not touched to this. You take this is one streamline, this is streamline never touched to this, it is also not touched to this and not touched to this. If they can touch, means intersect. If they are intersect, that flow is called as which one? Turbulent flow. If the streamlines are intersect, that flow is called turbulent flow. And next, another technical word, laminar flow. What is that one? Laminar flow. The velocities at different points in the fluid may have different magnitudes, but their direction are parallel, is called laminar flow. This is the streamline flow. It is converted like this. If that are flows, any obstacle, any object is taken here, then the streamlines are bent like this. Okay, these are the streamlines. If you take any object, just like one ball I am taken. What I am taken? One ball I am taken. Okay. So the streamlines, the velocities at different points in the fluid may different. At this point, velocity may be different with magnitudes, but their direction are parallel. It is a ball, if you can imagine. So this flow is called as which one? Laminar flow. You take this is one ball. Okay, these streamlines are converted like this. This flow is called as laminar flow. Okay, next one, irrotational flow. Now what is irrotational flow? The angular moment, the angular momentum, the angular momentum of any particle in the fluid is zero, means it not having angular momentum, means not rotates. The angular momentum of any particle in the fluid is zero. That flow of fluid is called irrotational flow. Okay, these are the technical words. What is irrotational flow? The angular momentum of any particle in the fluid is zero. That fluid is called irrotational flow. Which fluid density is change flows from one place to another place is called as compressible fluid. Means what happened? Density what happened? Changes. Which is changes? Densities changes. That fluid is called compressible fluid. Example, gases. We know that where the empty place is there, at that place what happened? It is occupied. So when the gases flows from one place to another place, its mass not changes, but density what happened? Changes. So the gases are treated as incompressible fluids. Okay, next one, compressible fluids. Next one, incompressible fluids. Incompressible fluid or fluids. Which fluids density never change when that flows from one place to another place is called incompressible fluids. Incompressible fluids. Okay, means when the fluid flows from one place to another place, its density is not changes. Example, liquids. Let us take 1 kg of water. 1 kg of water in a bowl or in a basket or in a drum. Its density never change. Okay, density never changes. The density of the liquids never change. That's why liquids are called as incompressible fluids. Liquids are called as which one? Incompressible fluids. Why? The liquid density never changes when that flows from one place to another place. Okay, but gases flows from one place to another place, which is changes? Density is changes. That's why the gases are called by compressible fluids, but liquids are called as which one? Incompressible fluids. Next one, equation of continuity. Now, what is the equation of continuity? Rate of flow of fluid. Rate of flow of fluid volume. This is also called by volume flux. Rate of flow of fluid volume or volume flux remains constant. remain constant for flow of incompressible fluid through a non-uniform cross sectional area of tube. Okay, this is the statement. Rate of flow of fluid volume or volume flux remains constant for flow of incompressible fluid through a non-uniform cross-sectional area of the tube. Now we want to prove that. Okay, now let us take, this is non-uniform cross-sectional area of the tube. Here area is A, the fluid velocity is V. Here area is A2, velocity of the fluid is V2, means volume flux means V by T. What is the value? Area into length by T means AV. Means we want to prove that AV is equal to what happen? Constant. Rate of flow of fluid or volume flux remains constant. Now we want to prove that AV is equal to constant for incompressible fluid at point 1 and point 2. This is point 1, point 2. Density is same. So what is the density? Rho1 is equal to Rho2. How we can write density? Mass per volume. Okay, now density is same. Now let us take density is same. M1 is equal to M2 first of all, means mass is the same, but how we can write mass? Density into volume. Right, density. What is a volume? Volume means area into length is equal to area into length. Area means A1 L1, A2 L2. Okay, volume flux V is equal to how much? Volume flux is equal to V by T. So therefore what we can write? Rho A1 L1 by T is equal to rho A2 L2 by T. Rho cancel. Next what we can get? A1 L1 by T is equal to A2 L2 by T. So what we can get? A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, where V is equal to L by T. So what we can get? A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So what we can write? AV is equal to constant. Okay, now this is the equation of continuity. Yes, what is the equation of continuity? Rate of flow of fluid volume, it is called by volume flux, remains constant for flow of incompressible fluid through non-uniform cross-sectional area of the tube. This is the first end, this is the second end. Point 1, point 2. For now we want to prove this. For incompressible fluid at point 1 and at point 2, density is the same. Now we want to take mass. The first end and second end, the mass is the same. How we can write mass? Density into volume. Density into volume. But how we can write volume? Area into length. Area into length. Okay. What is the volume flux? V by T. V by T. So what is V? Rho A1 L1 by T is equal to rho A2 L2 by T. Rho cancel. Why rho cancel? Density is the same. So A1 L1 by T is equal to A2 L2 by T. What is L by T? Length by time is velocity. So L1 by T is V1, L2 by T is V2. So A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, means AV is equal to constant. And from this how we can write it is A proportional to 1 by V or V proportional to 1 by A. Means what is indicates when area of cross section is more, area of cross section is more, velocity is less. Area of cross section is less, velocity is more. Otherwise velocity is less when area is more. Velocity is more, velocity is means when the area is more, velocity is less. When area is less, velocity is more. Whatever it may be, means you take a pipe. You take a pipe. Pipe area is less, velocity is more. Area is more, velocity is less. That explains the equation of continuity. Okay. This is about the some of the technical words and one of the basic equation when the steady flow or incompressible flow through non-uniform cross-sectional area of the tube. Okay. This is one of the important equation you should be remember.